I went on a date one time with someone who was non-binary and generally pretty politically woke. By associating myself with sort of anarchism and with the far left, I tend to not be very attractive to anyone who is apolitical. But then if you put that in your like dating profile on an app, sometimes you will get people who are specifically attracted to you because you have that in common, and there's like a cultural vibe to being associated with that kind of politics. And I do not vibe with it at all. And I think this date is a good example because on this date I discovered that they in fact believe in real actual magic. They're pagan, and they believed in a lot of silly stuff. They believed in astrology, which is pretty common, but silly. The position of the stars when you were born do not affect your personality type. That's a silly thing to believe. And additionally, I remember there was like this tribute to Moloch or something like that, some sort of a tribute to some sort of, it wasn't Moloch, it was some other pagan, satanic-y, vaguely demonic-y deity. And somebody had made like a monetary tribute to it nearby. And it was like, if you put this sigil on this like parking meter, that was what it was, then supposedly the money given to the parking meter by other people is like in tribute to this particular deity. And so they're kind of tricking anybody who parks in that area to contributing to this deity. And I was like, awesome. And they were like, not awesome. And I was like, well, but demons aren't real, right? Demons aren't real, so it's just kind of fun and cool to do that. And they were like, well, I mean, even if they're not real, like the type of person who like tries to use my religion in that way, I really don't like that. I'm like, but your religion is dumb. Yeah, I try to be pretty, amenable to the interests of a diverse range of political opinion on this channel. But I'm comfortable saying that believing in magic is dumb. And you get up with a weird thing sometimes on the left where, especially with astrology, let's say, there will be this line of argumentation that criticizing astrology is sort of tacitly sexist because maybe there are stupid things that men do, and astrology is like a stupid thing that women do. And so by criticizing it, you could say that you're singling out this women's activity as being stupid, and that like on a deep subconscious level, it's just that you're sexist against women and you want to find a way to think of them as stupid. And so you use astrology as that outlet, right? Whereas maybe men get into like crypto or something, which is also stupid. I think crypto or blockchain could potentially have amenable interests and goals in the long run as a technology. There's a book called Blockchain Revolutionaries that argues that this technology is neither fundamentally left nor right wing, and that it's about what we do with it. So I don't think crypto is inherently stupid, but I do think most crypto is stupid. And certainly I think crypto bros as a culture is pretty silly. But at least there you have a material thing that's being turned into the hobby. Astrology is just an absurd thing to believe. And even if it were true that like men had their own equivalent thing, like maybe women, in a world where women were into astrology and men were into believing aliens are real or something, both of those things are still stupid. Just because you can find a way to wriggle into this thing being disproportionately criticized because it's like a women's activity doesn't mean you can't criticize it. You can in fact criticize it. It's still a stupid thing to believe. You don't get to make it not stupid anymore just because it's woke.